What's up YouTube? Today I'm going to show you how to add a thumb rest to your bike handlebars to make it a little bit more comfortable for your thumb while you're riding. We'll just use hot glue, maybe a couple cents worth of hot glue, and it doesn't take too long. Alright, let's get started.
Alright, so first of all, show you the inside of these. Let me take off the tape here. So my setup is definitely non-standard. Very different from what you might see on a normal bike setup. I like to try different experiments to see what works and what doesn't. So this time, a little bit closer, you can see what's going on. Alright, so this is sport tape that goes on the underneath. So most people use it as like if they have an injury or if they maybe around their knee or joints or something. So I'll set that aside for now. Probably put a new piece on in a second. So here's the underneath. It's basically some string to give the hot glue a place to adhere to, and then just hot glue. So all I do is add hot glue to this. So I'm going to put a little bit of a ledge here so the finger can rest on. So let's go heat up the hot glue gun. Alright, so basically all I'm going to do is take a little bit of this edge off here, just melt it down, and then add a little bit of edge below so my thumb can just basically rest on top. And hopefully that'll do it. A couple more minutes before this heats up. Maybe we can assist the heat up a little bit. Find my lighter here. Here we go. So another hint to get your glue gun to speed up a little bit quicker. Just take a lighter and give it maybe 5 or 10 seconds. And this will heat up the tip. Probably takes a minute off. Oops, oh, my lighter's not working there. Assume you have a working lighter. Huh. Alright, add some material down here on the bottom. And it's best to do this in layers. If you do it all at once, it sort of goes in a massive glob, and it's hard to get things to stay in shape. So if you do it layer by layer, and then at the end you can always remove material by heating it up again and reshaping it. I think that's the easiest way to add hot glue to for a project like this. So I'll put a little bit more on the bottom, get some support here to make sure it doesn't break off while I'm riding. But generally speaking, if you wrap this with bar end tape, it's not going to come off. So, all right, I've never had a problem. And hot glue it's a little bit heavy. I mean, basically it's a thermoplastic, so thermoplastic. But if you use it sparingly and sort of shape everything perfectly to your hand or whatever shape you're trying to get, it's not too heavy. So it'll maybe add 20 grams or so to the handles, but they'll be a lot more comfortable to use. So I'm not worried about the weight here. All right, so now you can see it's starting to basically become pretty gooey, but I've already taken off some of the material off the side here and starting to make a space for the thumb. So I'll do this on both sides eventually, but let's start to build up the thumb rest portion here a little bit. Okay, maybe put a little bit too much on, but all right. Make sure that's attached down at the bottom. Another way, so if you want to get this done faster instead of letting it air dry, you can just run a little bit of cool water on it, and it'll solidify pretty quickly. So it's another hint to get things done a little bit faster. So you can see I'm trying to, I don't know if you can see it with the light here, I'm trying to profile a little thumb rest. I don't want to touch it because it's still gooey, but basically the thumb will rest in there. Let's take off a little bit more material. Actually, I'll just move some of this material by melting it and sort of pushing it downwards on this side. And try to get that down. There we go. Now it's starting to come off. Glue gun's about probably 90% heated up right now, so. Alright, so now it's starting to take shape. It's a little bit of extra space for thumb there. So what I'm going to go do is, oops, I think I'm going to go put a little bit of water on this to have it solidify and test the general shape to see where I need to take off. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. And let's see how that feels. Not too bad. I think I need to make it a little bit farther back, so this seems to be blocking my thumb from resting around it a little bit. So I'll probably take some off here. And yeah, that looks like, I'll just move it backward a little bit to support the thumb a little bit more. So also nice thing about hot glue is you can burn yourself if you leave it for too long, but if you just touch the hot glue gun for maybe less than a second, you're probably not going to burn yourself, although I don't recommend doing that. But it's relatively safe to use in that sense. That's why I like experimenting like this. You can come up with really new ideas and new designs for bar ends, and it's really cheap. Like a stick of glue costs maybe 5 cents, and this glue gun I got it at the dollar store for, I think it was $1 or maybe $2 or $3, but for really an inexpensive gadget, you can get a lot done and have a lot of cool experiments. So that's cool enough. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that feels good. And it's sort of enough to rest there. I'll take some off of the top as well. I think I made these too high initially. So the initial, what I tried to do here was so my hands were slipping a little bit off the bar ends, especially when I was going downhill. So I put these, how should I say, risers on first, using hot glue, using the same method. And they work quite well, but it turns out the thumb sort of has no place to go when you do that. So I want to get a little bit more resting spot. All right, so finished getting hot glue on. This feels pretty good. Good snug fit for the thumb here, I think. So we'll go ahead and put it back on the bike, align everything, and get the bar tape back on. All right, so first off, this goes on just like most handlebar ends do. And put it snugly on. Once it's back on, align it with the right bar end. Once it's approximately aligned, go ahead and tighten this up a little bit. Get it approximately there. Once it's slightly tight, test it out to make sure angle is correct. A little fine tuning, I think. Already feels pretty good with the thumb here. Alright, so that looks good. We're going to go ahead and tighten it all the way. And let's give it a drop in. Yeah, hey, that feels pretty good. All right, let me show you from the top what it looks like. So basically, we have this nice little ledge for the thumb here. So when we're riding, instead of it going down like this, it would rest nicely here, and we can depress our brake as well. So I think even if you have drop bar handles, you should be able to apply this hack, so to speak, or this modification pretty easily. You just add hot glue and then wrap around that little nub there, and it provides a nice little spot for your hand. Okay, that's it. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.